Well, what is going on, guys? Mr. Banks coming at you with another live trade recap. And I just want to go over this nice call out by one of our admins, Sherilyn, today. SPY 383 call at 41 cents, going 165%. I'm sorry. Another 100% banger for the Wolves. But what's most important is how and why we took that trade. So let's get started. Okay, so guys, as you know, support resistance, guys. These are going to be, you need to understand support resistance. Supply and demand is very important as well. But I think support and resistance is the most important technical analysis that you could be doing and need to be doing in order to make thousands in the market. So let's go over what happened today. Let's go over SPY on this call out, right? So guys, if you watched my last video and the video before that, you already know what I'm going to say. What is this line? I know you guys already know if you watch my last two videos. This line has been a major pivot point level since last Thursday, guys, right? That's a week now. This has been a major pivot level for support or resistance since a week ago, last Thursday. And let's go back. Let's move back a little bit on this. Okay, it's December 22nd. Major pivot level. We found this. We came under, found it as a major resistance and dropped 5 points, right? And then what happened after that, right? This 379, like around 62 level. Once we broke back above, right? Major support level. Boom, bounced off of it majorly in the pre-market here. And then we took calls here again on that day on Friday. But so if you watched the video before this, you would understand. Or actually, this is two videos before this. So guys, right? Support resistance flip. Support resistance flip. This is literally the most important thing that you should be understanding when it comes to stocks. If you understand this, it makes trading that much more simple for you, right? That much more simple. If we find this major pivot levels of a support resistance flip level, right? If we come above it and we find it as support, we're going to head higher. If we come below it and find it as resistance, we're going to head lower, right? Super simple idea. I think the hard part is actually finding these levels, but once you actually find them, it makes trading that much simple because the idea of it, if we're above it, find it as support, we're heading higher. If we're below it, we find it as resistance, we're heading lower, right, guys? So boom, right here, major support, turn resistance, and we find it as support again, headed higher. Another one, right, guys? We came down here on December 27th, right? On December 27th on Tuesday, right? Because we were closed Monday. This is on Tuesday. Major buyers were coming in. Watch that video. This was the last video I did for you guys on price action. Buyers came in. What happened? We headed higher, right? So same level, going all the way back to Thursday of last week, right? Major resistance, found it as support, found it as support again, found it as support again, right? We're above it. So we're looking for it. Since we're above this major level, we're looking for it to find it as support and head higher, right? Trying to find it as support and head higher. So now we're still above it, still above it. And then yesterday, what had happened? We came back below it, right? Found it as resistance, we dropped. Found it as resistance, and we dropped, right? So now this level is acting as resistance, right? So what are we going to do? We're going to see if it's going to keep acting as resistance, or are we going to find it as support again, right? Are we going to find it as support again? And that's exactly what happened today. I mean, it's clear as day, guys. I've already showed you from last Thursday how major this level has been in a nice support resistance flip level, right? And what happened today? We broke above pre-market, support. Obviously, catch you off sides. Guys, this is one thing about the psychology, especially about the MMs, is, they're going to try to catch you off sides, right? They're going to make you think they're heading this way for a liquidity grab, right? So that's exactly what happened today. So what I was watching today, especially in the morning, was when I watch SPY, I'm also watching Apple and Tesla. And what was going on? Obviously, Apple started falling, but then what happened with Apple? Right? Apple started jumping up, right? It started gaining buying volume and started heading higher. A lot of buying volume heading higher, right? Same with Tesla. We dropped, but then we started buying up. And then what happened? SPY followed, right? Especially with Apple, right? Apple started buying up, buying up, buying up. And then what happened with SPY? SPY was lagging and then finally caught the bid and caught up with Apple and started rising up. But one of the major, most important things that we could have watched today was this level, right? Again, now we found the support resistance level that I just showed you dating all the way back to last Thursday, a week ago. What happened today? We found it as a nice support level again, right? Found it as a major support level. So if we know that this level is acting as a major either resistance, we reject and head lower, or as a major support and we head higher, we found it as support. So what do you think is going to happen? We're going to head higher along with Apple, right? Along with Apple and Tesla. We also had the 8 EMA cross, right? Crossed above the 8 EMA. Nice trend day up, followed that trend, could have just bought calls all on the pullbacks of this 8 EMA. Now you guys can use the 9 EMA, super okay. I think the 9 EMA is pretty much the same line. A lot of people like to use the 9. I like to be cool and different. I like the 8. 8 is what works for me when I use the trends. But again, we broke above, found it as support on this 8 EMA and kept riding it up as a trend day. So I hope this is making sense. I mean, in my last video, I even said, you guys could quote me. These lines you will see work for weeks, right? Potentially a month later, you could find this major support or resistance flip line. I call it a pivot level, right? Work a month later. Say we head up super, super high, right? Say we're heading up high, 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 high. We're going up 10, 20, 30 points up. And then a month later, we're coming back down. Well, more than likely, if this is a major pivot level like this one, we're to come back down and find it as a support or breakthrough, right? So really quick recap. Please watch my last 2 videos. My second one's really good. The one right before that is very good. They're both how to trade price action, right? That's the title of the videos. And you'll see this actually play out over these 3 videos, how this line, guys, I haven't drawn this line since last Friday. This is not a new line, right? So if you watch my last 2 videos, you can see that this line has been here. I have not drawn this line since last Friday. Now, of course, on Tuesday, I drew this line right here, but this line right here was drawn a week ago and it's still been in play, right? Like to a T, made like on a point. So I think this is proof. Go watch my last 2 videos and you'll see how important support and resistance is. It is hands down probably one of the most important tools and things to understand. You need to understand how to find these levels, right? How to find these levels. And I think these videos will help you find these levels, right? You could see they're major either support levels where we bounce higher, or they're major rejection levels that we take lower, right? So let's go back to next Thursday. We'll recap this real quick. Last Thursday, what happened? This level, it came back and then we couldn't get above it, right? It's like 379, 64, 62 level. Could not get above. What happened? We dropped 5 points. This is telling me that this is a major ass level. This is a major level, guys. We dropped 5 points from it, right? So we couldn't get back above. We dropped 5 points from it. So this is absolutely a big, major level. And then we found it as support and headed higher. And then this level was confirmed literally the next day on that Friday, on last Friday, right? Found it as support, pre-market, boom, support. I think that's about a 3-point move, right? So this level, when it acted as resistance and we couldn't get back over up top, it dropped 5 points. The next day, it acted as support and popped 3 points, right? So, I mean, these 2 things are like clear as day are telling you, okay, this is a major, major level, right? Major, major level. And then we enter into the day. This is last Friday. Major support, we come back, finding a support, we drop. Resistance, right? Resistance, we dropped a point. And then we had a breakout level. I mean, look at this candle, right? This is that same level. Boom, found it as support, breakout again, right? So, I mean, this right here just shows you how important this level is. And then especially in the confluence with last Thursday, right? Dropped 5 points, found it, popped up 3 points, right? Popped up 3 points, boom, having some resistance. And then we popped up again, found it as support and popped. So these 2 days alone tell you that this is going to be a major pivotal level for you guys in the support resistance flips. Now let's go head into this week. Boom, Tuesday. What happened? Major wick to the bottom, headed higher. Same level, found it as support again. So guys, now this is the third time this is showing you this is a major level. We're above it. Obviously drew this line because if you watch my last video, I explained this breakdown, breakup, how you could take calls there. And then we're fighting this as support, right? Support, support. And then we're bouncing out of it, found it as support. And then look, this now next upper level, what happened on Wednesday? Boom, found it as support, right? Kind of support, headed higher. Obviously, we had that nice drop off bearish trend day. And we had it lower. But look at this lower, at this 379, 62, 64 level, look, found it as resistance and then dropped again. Found it as resistance again and then dropped. And now let's go on to today, guys, right? What happened to today? We broke back above that level again. And what happened? Support, support. Now we literally flagged out on it, found it as support and headed higher. So guys, I hope this is really helping you guys. Go watch my last 2 videos. And I think if you piece together these last 3 videos that I did, you'll really start to understand how this support and resistance works, especially when it comes to trading and how you can use it to take confirmations into taking either calls or puts on the day, right? So today, obviously we know this is a major level. We flagged out in the pre-market. We came down, but once we reclaimed it, right? 3 things, again, 3 things for the price action that you need to look at. Buying volume, found it as support, crossed the 8 EMA, we're trending up, right? So guys, another thing on risk management, you got a lot of people have a lot of questions about runners. You know, how do I hold runners? How do I do this? Well, obviously on consolidation days where we're just ranging out sideways, it's really not that good. We really mostly just want to trade trend days like this. If there's a trend on the day, how do I find that? Well, the 8 EMA or 9 EMA, whichever one you prefer to use, those are going to be great for you to find the trend and see if the trend is holding true. So obviously we had this major level dating back a week ago. We flagged out on it and found it as support. We have buy volume. Sorry. And now we have the cross of the EMA. Boom. So we could have waited on this confirmation, buy volume, waited on this confirmation of the AEMA cross or 9, and then we bounced off of it. So we could have taken calls right here. And now we're going to sell runners and stay in runners until this now crosses below the AEMA. So now we're just going to wait for the trend, right? We're still on runners, keep selling some more. We could have sold a big batch right here, right? Because we know that this level, we just went over that. I mean, look at that. We just went over how this was a major level we drew on the 27th, right? Breakdown, breakout level. And then look how this level was holding above here, support. And now we see that this found it as support again. We had some trouble right here. We broke down from this level, but then we found it as support and head higher. So risk management, trying to scale runners. Obviously, we have this level, buying volume coming in, cross AEMA, boom, we're in calls right here, right? We're in calls right here. Now we're heading higher. So now you can keep selling runners or keep holding. So say you sold all the runners right here or right here, or you sold your majority in or in runners. Now you can keep holding those runners and do not sell until we see that trend change, right? So right here would have been essentially that sell, right? Obviously we headed a little bit higher, But right here would have been that sell since we broke the trend of the 8 EMA or 9 EMA, whichever one you choose to use. So in calls right here, right? Major level, found it as support. Buying volume coming in, cross that 8 EMA, heading higher, heading higher. We're holding this trend, break trend. Now this is where you sell your runners because we finally broke that trend that it's holding. Obviously, we had a little bit higher, but this is where you would have sold the rest of your runners at, right? This is how you do risk management. This is how you trade on trend days. So guys, go ahead, watch my last two videos, piece together all three videos, and I think you'll start to get a really clear picture of how this works, right? When you break it down simple like this, trading can be simple, right? So shout out to Sherilyn calling that banger today for the group, Wolves of Wealth. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys end the week strong. Happy New Year's to everyone. Hope it's a good one. Mr. Banks is out.